Teaching Young Adult Literature Today, Chapter 8, conveys that there are factors that play a role in selecting a YA novel. Firstly, the curriculum has a huge part in book selection. The picking of a novel is based on the educator's preference, but its teaching depends on whether it fits into the curricula and if it's available. Let's say that a high school ELA teacher prefers classic books that aren't categorized into YL, yet then that entails reading classics all year and making little connections with the text compared with connections they would make with a YAL novel. Educators also make their own individual preferences, which is another factor into the selection of a novel. They are likely to disregard some novels based on their preference. Also, popular novels, like The Hunger Games, will be purchased in full, while less-known books will hardly sell. This means that authors who aren't familiarized to secondary educators need enhanced attention if they want to be included into the classroom. Thirdly, publishing houses and professional organizations factor into book selection as well. They typically determine the influence of YL by giving a certain book the right amount of attention. They are also capable of removing titles from print, selecting titles to be printed, reissue titles when authors receive awards, and give the highest attention to the most popular authors. It's important to note that most ELA educators do not attend professional gatherings. Teaching Young Adult Today states there are 300,000 ELA educators in the United States, with 30,000 of those NCTE members and approximately 57,000 attending NCTE's annual conventions. It's important for educators to have knowledge about YL books, so seeing this low number means a lot of students are still reading the same non-interesting books. If educators, and they should, want to help students develop a love for reading and an appreciation of literature, they must choose books that have significance, are found interesting, and can easily make connections to. These books should also represent many diversities in schools and societies. If I were an educator, I would choose books that aren't known by everyone. For the most part, it's okay to include a couple of those if they are relevant. For example, I would choose a book like I Love You So, Mochi, which is about a tale of an adolescent who visits her family in Japan and finds out what's truly important in life. This could show students a different part of the world to help them understand other cultures, and it might also help them find importance in their own lives. Another example, Hey Kiddo by Jarrett Krosaska, is about growing up with a drug-addicted mother and a missing father. This could be challenging to add to the curriculum, but it could offer advice for students dealing with a situation like this, or it could possibly inform students what it's like to be in a situation like this. When it comes to the classics, I would try to incorporate one or two of them. One novel I would choose is The Hunger Games. This is a worldwide known book and movie, but I think it offers advice even though it's about like a dystopian society. Another classic, Lord of the Flies, was the first book I read in my high school ELA class. I found it interesting because it's about boys stranded on an island trying to survive. Books like these can still grab young adult readers' attention, but it's also important to dive deeper and think outside of the box for classroom selections.